Well, we have many of two confirmations now. One, the character is female, and two, the character is a Lombax. Two confirmations that still lead to a lot of questions like how? Well, I have heard a ton of theories and will list the top 7 theories I heard or thought about myself in order of likeliness. 1. She is a Lombax from the mainline universe, and they retcon the no having tails thing. Stuff like canon, lore can often and should mean a lot to fans, but retcons is something common in stories, particularly with older franchises. Creators or creator simply changing their minds, wanting not to be limited in storytelling. Either way, it's not as important to the author or company as it is often to the fans. In fact, even the character designer even displays this on Twitter about how he doesn't care. So, looking at the very sort of self-insert OC style of this character, she is most likely to just be a female Lombax because they wanted a female Wombax that looked like Ratchet, and they could just say, well, those news broadcasters didn't know what they're talking about, and ignore that thing in the art book. While I'm personally not a big fan of the change, I do understand it. 2. It's simply another universe where those rules don't apply. Simple as that. Another universe where maybe males don't have tails. 3. The character is trans. Though going by the writer's reaction to seeing art where the character has a penis, that's fairly unlikely. 4. Here's where things get a little bit odd. Same reason as the second, but it turns out you will be playing multiple Lombaxes, and you will play multiple characters throughout the multiverse. Maybe all versions of himself, like Reboot meets Future. And yes, I know they said the reboot, it was more of a canon retelling, but as we see, things can change. 5. She is a child of Ratchet or Azimuth. Yes, I have heard this. Maybe somehow she is the child of one of these two characters with an unknown mother, and we are looking deep into the future. I know Azimuth has different color hair. The girl has different color hair from both, but perhaps that simply doesn't matter, and in the case of Azimuth, he simply grew into age with the white hair. 6. She is a clone created by Dr. Nefarious. Yes, for one reason or another, Dr. Nefarious thought to himself, let's make a version of Ratchet to build an army or whatever. I mean, she would not be the first clone of Ratchet that exists within this universe, if you remember size matters. So, it's indeed possible she is a defective clone, kinda like in a way Clank is a defective robot. 7. Either Angela Cross or the new girl is some sort of rare genetic mutation or different species within the Lombax species, because these two characters look nothing alike. Angela Cross is tall, taller than seemingly most species in her race. Her ears are smaller. She has a ponytail, and she has noticeable breasts. Perhaps one of these two is some type of off-brand mutation. Who can really say? Okay, I wrote this a few days ago, so I apologize, but now I see that they confirmed that yes, that Wombax, the female one, is from another dimension, so it is very likely it is option 2. However, Ratchet Clank could be one of those series that uses dimension, universe, and time interchangeably, so anything is still possible. Okay, just wanted to say that. Well, those are my theories and theories that I saw online. Now to talk about the fandom currently. You know, the trailer, particularly the girl, really brought attention into the series, like it was resurrected into the limelight. This game will surely bring in a ton of new fans, quite like the reboot did, but the fandom discourse has been interesting. I have seen people translate the alien words on the station board and the wanted posters to try and figure out the new girl's name. I have seen some people already make her a trans icon, and some cursing them out for being incels because they would rather a trans character than to play as a woman. Yes, people are out here wildin', guys. Personally, in a weird way, I'm kinda happy to see it. It brings Ratchet & Clank into the modern era with this somewhat toxic discourse. But above all, the fandom can talk about something more than simply the reboot being bad. Anyway, my next video on Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart will finally be covering the gameplay and what it could truly be like.